So let's change gears a little bit, but still keeping an eye on that veteran therapeutics and veteran states, specifically around COVID. Because COVID kind of changed everything. Now people seem to view the world in a before COVID times and the post COVID times. How do you think veteran services, actually, better question, how did veterans do during COVID?
You know, I have a great answer for this because I spent 12 years as a pararescueman in the Air Force. My last duty station from 2017 to 2020 was in Aviano, Italy. So not only was I separated from the military, you know, but then I was leaving a completely different country and coming back to the States.
Yeah.
So I separated in December of 2020. And so trying to get back to the States, to my home, was a nightmare. And so after 12 years of service, I left, came back to America, left guys that I'd been working with for the past 10 years, completely isolated, completely alone. And I'm not the only one that experienced that. So I came back to America, a new place where I knew no one. And then now I'm not allowed to interact with any other people.
Yeah.
So you're alone. You're trying to integrate back into a society that you don't really know because you've been in the military for so long. And then during COVID, you can't integrate into anything. So you're alone, you're confused, you have no purpose. That's what I faced when I came back.
That must have been entirely detrimental to what you needed at that time.
Yes. I needed connection and I needed to belong somewhere and I needed that sense of purpose.
And no wonder we just saw depression and anxiety rates spike for everyone across the nation once the lockdowns went on for longer than 2 weeks.
Yes.
So how do you see the fallout of COVID possibly changing the way that veteran communities are organized, if at all? Is this just kind of accelerated or increased the appreciation for the fellowship that is available these days?
I think it really, it just showed everyone how important it is to have human interaction, have that connection, how healing that is, just having a conversation together in person instead of doing it via Zoom. We are getting to interact with each other and it's very healing. And so I think that really showed us that we really do need each other and it takes a community for us to live and thrive.
So is it safe to say that you guys aren't going to be hosting your Friday coffee breaks over Zoom anytime soon?
We are not going to be doing that. we like it in person. And for us too, I like to keep it in person because what we're sharing there stays in the circle. So it's a place where people are allowed to be vulnerable and they're allowed to share what's going on. And in society, we don't really have that place, especially in the military. If you're vulnerable in the military, you're going to get in trouble or you're going to get pushed into a different MOS.
Can we pick apart that a little bit?
Yes.
So there's a great trend these days for men specifically to increase their vulnerability, to be willing to be emotionally open. You have another side of people that are saying, well, you just want everyone to be weepy all the time and to just share their emotions at the drop of a hat. It's got to be like something in the middle. Historically, where have you found the veterans that are coming to growing veterans? Where do they land in that? Do they tend to be willing to open up when that time comes on Fridays, or are they a hard shell that needs time to slowly get used to their environment, to that fellowship that they find themselves in?
Yeah, it seems like at first people can be resistant. They're going to be closed because that's what they're used to. They spent all this time in the military where I'm okay, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. And that's the right answer when you're in the military. And then now they're seeing these other veterans that are being honest. Like, I'm having a really hard time. I just went through a divorce. I'm struggling being a father. I'm struggling being a mother. So it's like people being open and honest. And as soon as one person has the strength and the courage to be vulnerable, that opens and sets the stage for other people to also be vulnerable. And it's just a really beautiful thing.